For disclosure purposes, Vision Marine Technologies Inc. is a paid-for featured client stock on investorideas.com. Please read all disclosures and disclaimers on our site and at the beginning and end of this podcast. Thanks for joining us on the Clean Tech Podcast. Before we get into today's interview, I want to share some stats on the market we are looking into today. The electric boating market. The electric boating market will be worth $16.6 billion by 2031, and the recreational boating market will be worth $42.1 billion by 2031 as well. For anyone new to the idea of electric boats, this company has been compared to the Tesla for electric boats. This company's technology holds consecutive world speed records for the fastest electric boat, clocking in at 109 miles per hour in 2022 and 116 miles per hour in 2023. They are also backed by third-party verification from McLaren Engineering. That's world-class testing and validation. Third-party testing by McLaren Engineering ensures that their technology meets the highest of industry standards. The design and technology results in far greater and enhanced performance, higher speeds, and longer range. Simply stated, a smoother ride than the traditional ice motorboat. The CEO is also an avid boat racer. The company we are speaking with today is Vision Marine Technologies and is publicly traded on the Nasdaq under the symbol VMAR. With under 3 million shares outstanding, money in the bank, and little competition in their sector, this is a company worth following. Vision Marine Technologies' electric powertrain solution was specifically designed for marine application, with all parts and components designed to be ready to perform in harsh marine environments. A complete turnkey electric system with fully monitored components that can be easily integrated by third party into their assembly plants and processes. Tune into the podcast to learn more about why Vision Marine Technologies is one to watch. Alex, it's so great to have you join the show. For our listeners that are new to the Vision Marine story, can you give us a brief background of how you started the company and your role in the company?
Yes, thanks for having me. My name is Alex Background, CEO and founder of Vision Marine Technology. I'm an electrician by trade and also a boat racer. I've been in the marine industry for the past 25 to 30 years. Took over Vision Marine Technology in 2012. Vision Marine was building small electric boats that were used by rentals operation and hotels. Over 3,000 electric boats were built since the creation of Vision Marine. And in 2014, we have started working on an electric high voltage inboard system that was pushing boats around 42 miles per hour. We could do water ski in the back of it. We have developed that system using car parts and what was available back then. Lithium batteries were very hard to find in 2014, 15. Along the way, we have partners with major marine parts suppliers who have developed parts for our system. We also had used McLaren and Linamar for testing, dyno testing, and engineering of our system. And today, Vision Marine Technology does build about 50 to 60 small electric boats for rentals operation, but had created and are working with the marine industry. So every boat manufacturers have access to our technology. So we're selling them an outboards, a throttle, a screen, a full system that can push their boats. So we are offering the same thing as what Mercury or Honda is offering to the marine industry, but our system is electric. And with the setup that we have, we can build up to 18,000 outboards per year. With our mass assembly partnership with Linamar, we also have used them for dyno testing. Over 24 months of intensive dyno testing was done through McLaren Engineering with great success. So we are selling a full complete system, developing 200 horsepower at the propeller. That's what we're selling now. And we did 21 integration on different types of boat over the past 3 years. Pontoons, bow riders, fishing boats, family boats, runabout. We also won an award with a production boat from Group Benito. Their brand is Four Winds. They were competing against Sea Ray Chris Pratt. And the system is actually very efficient. And the boats are not different than your regular ice engine boats. They're actually much quieter and a little bit faster on getting them out of the hole. So when it's time to go plane, the boat is as fast as an electric car when it's time to give a start with those boats. And it's easy to charge. Every boat's every house is with a shore power can recharge our boats. It's a pretty simple system.
I love that you're a boat racer as well, which kind of leads into my next question. E-Motion electric powertrain, the fastest record 2 years in a row for 2022 and 2023 is, do you want to just talk a little bit about the boat that does that?
It's more like a team building challenge we have in house. So as I mentioned earlier, we can actually we did in 21 integration, and the challenge we had is to beat Jaguar, the car company that took the electric e-pace system and put that thing in a boat. They have spent millions of dollars in 2 years of hard working and building that small 20-footer boat with one seat and push that boat at 88 miles per hour. So we were very intrigued by that. And the challenge I made to my team is we're going to build a boat, a regular boat that had regular Mercury outboards, change them for ice and electric outboards, and try to be faster than the result that those Mercury were provided with that type of catamaran. It was a 32-footer boat in 2020. We've pushed that boat at 109 miles per hour. So it was about almost 25, 26 miles per hour, something like that, more than Jaguar. And the next year we did the same thing. We did in the full integration on a race boat, a 32-footer boat, certified for the pro circuit of the ice engine racing department from Mercury. Team did some very good work. And it also helped us developing the next generations of outboards. So as I mentioned earlier, we have now for production and we can sell to anyone who's interested in purchasing the 200 horsepower, but we have much bigger power also that we've been testing on the race circuits. If you can make it to the race and be successful and win a race with your next generations of technologies, you're going to be successful in the development of those parts when it's going to be time to go out on the market. So we're very hands-on the next development, and we have to be on the water for testing. So we love racing and we love challenges.
And what you guys are doing is transforming that whole narrative that you can save the planet and do it cleaner, but also you still get to enjoy the power and speed of a boat, which is why people buy them, right?
Correct. And they get charged during the races. We're getting our boat charged from on the trailer from our pickup truck, electric pickup truck as well. So it's fast, it's quiet, it's easy to charge. And if you're capable of going into races in front of 500,000 people and being seen, so it could be dangerous if you fail or you have some technical issues. But if your product is safe and you believe in your product, there's no issues with it, this is where you have to be. So we can't wait to have other manufacturers. That's going to be the changing point for Vision Marine Technologies when Mercury is going to come out with a 200 or 400 horsepower electric outboards. Same thing with Honda or Suzuki. Yamaha did purchase Torqeedo, an electric outboard company, about a year ago. That's a very smart move, and we were very happy to see Yamaha purchasing Torqeedo. So Torqeedo used to be a competitor for us, but they only have a 50 horsepower motor, so it can really push a big family boats or a big pontoon. So you need and we need to be on the water testing our system. So that's my mission. It's to be on the water and make sure that all the new OEMs coming to us are getting the complete system integrated with results. So that's what we do. We take our boat manufacturers from the beginning to the end with results. So they just have to provide the boat to us. And a few weeks later, the boat actually perform as better as a ice engine outboard with the same power.
What is the landscape right now for competition in the electric boating market? I know that, by 2031, they say it's going to be 16.6 billion market. How many competitors are out there that are even comparable to Vision Marine, if there are any?
There are no, as we speak, there's startups. We need about 10 or 12 of those people, though those manufacturers were trying. There are more like boutique or new startups. With the past 24 months, the economy was not doing very well in the marine industry. Some of them died or didn't survive from what we have now in the marine space. But they're welcome, and we want that. As I mentioned earlier, we want Mercury, Honda, Suzuki to be part of that electric transition. It's not made for offshore fishing and ocean boats, or for lake, canal, rivers. This is very helpful and easy to use. When I'm driving boats in Florida or California in the canals for 6-7 hours a day, you will never see me driving a big 400 horsepower Mercury around on our boats. But sure, when you're going fishing and you need to move a family on a 60-footer boat, electric is not there yet. But for small waterways and 6-7 hours of boating, electric is one of the best solution I've ever seen. Because I've been running ice engine outboards for a long time. I love those big Mercury outboards. But at the end of the day, you're burning so much fuel, and all that fuel's going into the water. It's insane. So there's things that there's behavior and there's boating habit that needs to be changed as well.
What is the cost savings for if someone wanted to buy one of the Vision Marine boats that, that does the 6-7 hour trip out?
You're looking about $5 to get a boat fully recharged. And the funny fact is, where I have now, there's also a ice engine boat with Mercury outboards. That guy gets his boat charged every night because he needs to keep his 12-volt batteries for house batteries charged as well. And he's probably spending as much energy or about the same type of money for the batteries charge, but he also is going to be burning about $400 of fuel for the same $5 of electricity we're going to be burning that day. The economy is something, but when you're riding that boat, the electric outboard, vibration is less. We have about 90% less moving parts. The smell is gone. And you can have a discussion when you're pulling a water skier or you want to pull a tube. So the price parity comes up. Same boat, ice engine and electric, you're looking about 150 hours. The price difference is actually you're getting there without counting the maintenance as well. The maintenance is about 10 to 12% of the value of the boat when it's ice engines. With our system, the only maintenance you have to do is some glycol. It's the cooling system fluid that needs to be changed every 1,000 hours. It's about $8. So it's a complete sealed and closed system. You don't need to do any maintenance on that.
Wow, that's amazing. Last year that you started moving into the pontoon market. Can you talk about a couple of your partnerships in that space?
Yes, we did 6 different integration on different types of pontoons brands, and I can't mention some of them because they're publicly traded and they were prototypes, but some of them are privately owned and they're huge. Some of them is building over 20,000 pontoons a year. We have learned and saw the demand from the market and the end user for pontoons because they are family boats. They are used for about 20 to 30 nautical miles. They like the quiet fact of it. And most of the lakes where pontoons are actually used, it's very hard to get a fuel station. You have one fuel station or one marina with fuel on those lakes. But the thing is, every house has a regular 110 volt or 120 volt regular shore power cord that can charge our system. So that market is huge for us. And by the fact that we only had system to sell to both manufacturers, it was taking so long for us to get the orders that we needed. We made some partnership with pontoons manufacturers, building pontoons and putting our parts and our motors on so we can sell them because we have the experience and the knowledge for the past 30 years of selling small electric boats. So now we are offering small 6-7 hours boats that we built in our factory, but we also are able to sell you a pontoons with 3 different brands of pontoons from 16 feet to 30 feet with our system on. So if you want to buy a 25 feet pontoon that will do 40 miles per hour, now it's going to be available in the next days on our website. You can order it, and 30 days later, and the network of dealerships from that manufacturers will secure all the warranties coming from that pontoon as well. So it's growing, and you're going to see more and more of those partnerships with other boat manufacturers with Vision. So the goal for Vision is to have at least 20 different types of product offering with our system in the back of it. So you want to buy a fishing boat, you can buy it from Vision. It's all fully integrated with our technology. And you have the dealership network that comes with that brand. If it's, I'm putting a name now, if it's a Sea Ray or Boston Whaler, it's not those company, but it's an example. You can buy one of those boats through us with our system on it.
How many products do you have available right now through Vision Marine if someone was looking at buying an electric boat?
We have 3 brands of pontoons with about 60 different models and size. And we also have smaller boats. We have 4 different types of smaller boats. All electric, are also built in Montreal, US Coast Guard and Sea certified. They are being shipped worldwide. We do export about 95% of our boats out of Canada. But now I could say that I should get much, much more sales of our new pontoons line in the next weeks, Because back then, 6 months ago, if you want to buy a pontoon from us or a fast boat from us, we were not able to sell you those. We didn't have the platform. With those new partnership and agreement, it's priceless, and it's a very huge milestone for Vision Marine, those agreements.
I wanted to get a little bit more into the technology. As you mentioned in the beginning, you're backed by McLaren as your third-party testing. Can you just talk about like the differences in your engine capabilities and battery charging and the whole system compared to some of the other competitors or some of the startups that are out there?
Yes, with pleasure. We have developed and choose to go with marine parts certified instead of using car parts who are less expensive, but they don't last in saltwater environment, and they don't last with the heavy demand of energy for a boat. A boat needs a lot of energy to move on the water. When you're slowing down, the boat doesn't move. A car, when you start moving, after 10 seconds, you don't need as much power when you just started the car. So we are providing a 700 volt by choosing a high voltage as well. We're getting more range with the amperage as well with our special battery pack, marine certified. The cooling that we have designed also let us do high heavy boating with very decent speed, 40, 50 miles per hour in a warm environment. A battery car is not made to run on salt water for 2-3 hours full throttle. A car never goes 220 miles per hour nonstop for 2 hours. A boat, people are pushing the boat full throttle, or a pontoon for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we have chosen that route, and that's why we're successful, and we don't have any overheating issues, and we can provide the performance from the moment you turn the key on till you're going back to the dock without having issues.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about on the public company side as your publicly traded company. Can you just talk about where you're at, cap structure and financing?
We did a rollback to meet the compliance of the Nasdaq a few months ago. That was painful. I was one of the major shareholder. Now I believe in the future I should get back where the company belongs. It was hard to swallow, but it had to be swallowed and it had to be done so we can be successful. Cash-wise, we're in a great position. We have inventories, and we also have purchase orders with deposit, and deliveries of our system are going slowly because the boat manufacturers are actually building boats in their production slot with our system accordingly with their production capability. And having those partnership, now we have the right to sell those boats with our system. That will be increasing also our revenues. Those partnerships were made to increase our revenues, not selling only systems and small boats, but now we can sell systems, also parts for other competitors. So any competitors that wants to go in the market and wants to buy batteries from us, because we have agreement with our pack makers, we can also sell batteries and increase our revenue with the selling of those batteries to a competitor. We're open with that, and we're okay with that as well.
And as we start into 2025, what do you see as the forecast? I mean, I know we don't have a crystal ball here, but what do you think for the electric boating sector? Do you feel this year is going to be better than 2024?
I'm lucky to be surrounded with knowledgeable people from the marine industry. So electric or ice engine outboard boats under 30 feet are hard to sell as we speak. The market is actually very saturated, but there's no competitor when it's time to build or sell you an electric outboards. So if we can track 1% of the market, we'll be happy. In the US, there's probably 1 or 2 brands of boats you can buy with an electric outboards of it on it, and it will be arriving from Europe. It will take 6, 8, 10 months to get it. We are well positioned. We have inventories. So I have a strong belief that I should double my sales from what I had last year. Because as you mentioned, 2024 people were not moving. We're not moving as we were expected, and the forecast we had, we were off track with that. But we're very motivated, and we believe that the future is great for the product.
I love that. Alex, for closing, do you have anything that you want to speak to for shareholders that are already part of Vision Marine and potentials that are looking at Vision Marine?
We're going to be attempting about 10 to 12 different boat shows with the Pontoon offering, also presenting the Pontoon platform to different boat clubs as well. So the future is pretty interesting. And we're also working on finalizing more agreement with third-party suppliers as boats. As I mentioned, we have pontoons now, but we also are going to have boats to increase our sales without spending $1 in development or R&D development, because those integrations were made in the past. So we do know that those boats are working. And if you follow us on our social media, the boats that you see on our social media, our goal is to get those boats on our platform or website and sell them to you, because we did the test and the validation of those boats over the past 24, 36 months. So we won't stop and we can't stop.